I've been the commander of the Baton Rouge Division U.S. Naval Sea Cadets now for a little over a year. And what I've seen our program has been able to do is reunite our young people with the passion that stirs inside each one of us as Americans, the thing that connects us to our country, and the call that these young people have answered. You know, they are patriots. They want to serve their country. They're willing to, if necessary, unbelievable as it may sound, to lay down their lives for their country. I cannot begin to describe to you what it means to me when I hear one of my young men or young ladies get up in front of the rest of the 52 cadets in our division, their parents, their local naval command, all the way from Lake Charles to Belle Chase and New Orleans, and share their hearts with these people of influence and tell them that they indeed are inspired to lay down their life for their country in honor of those who have gone before them. So it's truly an amazing thing. What the Sea Cadets was built to do, we were created in 1952 by the Navy League in order to give young men and young women the opportunity to test drive the military lifestyle. What it does is it helps encourage them to be young American patriots first, be good citizens second, to pursue higher education, and to be a community servant, to really get out there and show the community that we're not just about being fighters, you know, going out there and killing people for a living. That's not what we do. We serve our fellow man. We probably log about 1,000 to 1,100 community service hours a year. So we're really out there making a difference in the community. We go to the food bank, we help feed the poor, we help clothe the naked. I mean, we literally answering the call in my heart of God himself in a military uniform is basically what it boils down to. And these young people want to be a part of that. They want to be able to change the world one day at a time from a grassroots level. They want to be able to get in touch with their community and show them that these young people want to show people they're proud to be Americans and they want to serve. You know, let's not stand in their way. So that's pretty much what our organization is able to do. We offer them the naval training. We actually offer the most exceptional training in my humble opinion. I'm actually an Air Force veteran myself, and I chose to work with this organization because of the exceptional level of training that they provide. They offer each young man or each woman the opportunity to pursue the job career of their choice, whether it's a JAG attorney or a medical professional, say a doctor, or if they want to become a Navy SEAL. If that's the calling God's put in their heart, we can provide that training to them at a very young age to determine whether or not that's what's for them. You know, we want to help put them in the right job, and what that does, it has a whole host of benefits. It helps our government save thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, because it costs anywhere between $46,000 to $86,000 per person to put a man or a woman through boot camp and then A school, which is their training after boot camp. So we save the federal government anywhere from $46,000 to $86,000 per person. So there's a huge, it's unbelievable, the numbers are staggering. Because if you think about it, somebody walking in off the street who knows nothing about the military and really maybe it just might be their last option, you just never know because they've got nothing else going on, and nothing wrong with that. It's an option nonetheless, and it exists, and there's been plenty of successful candidates who have gone that route. But the attrition, if you can imagine, the attrition is overwhelming because they realize, wow, I don't want to get barked at by somebody else telling me what to do 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year for the rest of my life. That's not what I had in mind when I joined the military. And I don't mean to paint it in disparaging light, but let's face the facts. The military is run in a certain specific fashion, and you're either cut out for it or you're not. Okay, it's a very, very stringent set of rules, regulations, but that's just the way the military has to be run. We couldn't do our job any other way. It's impossible. So anyway, that's what it was designed to do. So when I met Mr. Aubrey and discussed the same thing I've just told you about, he said, I think, and again, we won't go into the story, maybe some other time, Mr. Aubrey, but he goes, I think I have something for you. I have a place where maybe you can bring your young men and young women to train. And it might be a good place for them to get, to come out and get involved. And after discussing with him what we do, and so actually that very day, we drove out to the camp, and I couldn't believe it when I saw it. I literally, being a believer, knew inside my spirit that it was God Almighty himself. Knew it. I mean, there was just no other explanation. I had been praying, literally praying, from the day I took over the division, which had 6 cadets, to now has 56 cadets in a year, God, give me what I need. You've called me to do this. I don't get paid a dime to do this. I'm doing this to help young men and young women make positive choices and have a future, give them a future and a hope, just like you do, Lord. This is what you do. So the reason I'm answering this call to you is, this is crazy. This is crazy. I got a successful mortgage banking career, making good money, doing my thing, and you're calling me to do this? Are you... Okay, either I'm crazy or you're crazy. One of us is crazy. Why am I even contemplating this decision in my life? Well, anybody who's ever been given a calling, as you well know, sometimes, well, maybe all the time, that's usually what it boils down to, about as crazy as it gets. How could you possibly ask me to give this up and go this direction? Well, anyway, again, long story short, went out to the camp. Knew it was an answer to prayer. Knew it was. I just knew it as soon as I got there. Walked on the property and go, oh my God, you literally have created the perfect training grounds for what I do. There's a military obstacle course, a chow hall, 8 barracks, 2 bathhouses right on the Tickfaw River with room for 500 cadets at a time. It's impossible for me to pray for that. I didn't even know what to pray for. All I knew what I was doing, I was praying for something, a place to go to take my cadets to be able to train them. And God, I mean, as God will do, He will not only meet your expectations, but blow them out of the water. And that's what He did. And that set in motion a set of circumstances, as if you will, the dominoes went into effect. Next thing you know, the division continues to grow. I receive a $10,000 sponsor, and God sent me, and I know this for a fact, God sent me a young man named Petty Officer First Class Cody Seaman, who Mr. Aubrey's had the pleasure to meet, and Mike has had the pleasure to meet, who was a Navy SEAL team member. And I'm going to tie this into the whole Camp Spihar deal, and then go ahead and take a seat, because I think that's all that needs to be talked about. He was a Navy SEAL team member, SEAL Team 1 and SEAL Team 5. Served his country, seen a lot of action. One of those guys out on the edge. And the reason why we're choosing to name it Camp Spihar is in honor of a young man named Nicholas Spihar. Nicholas Spihar was on the Navy SEAL Team 6, Team 6, who was actually the Navy SEAL team responsible for taking out Osama bin Laden. He was on the team, he was on the mission. Obviously can't talk about the details because I don't know them all, but he was there. He was on the team that did it. A week later, as everyone knows, that same SEAL team was taken out. Okay, we don't know all the details to that, but SEAL Team 6 was completely taken out. They're on board the chopper, and a rocket-propelled grenade went inside the helicopter and blew it up, and everyone on board died, every single one of them. And Nicholas Spihar was one of those SEAL team members who was there and killed. Now, my SEAL, Cody Seaman, knows Nicholas because Cody was actually supposed to be on that chopper. Cody was actually supposed to be there on that mission. And Nicholas was the young man who took his place. And so, to be able to come to this place and have God, to me, answer our prayers as a division, and have the opportunity to honor this young man who gave his life for each and every single one of us, whether we ever had the opportunity to meet him or not. He was willing to put his life in a position to make sure that whoever our enemies were and are know what they're dealing with. That we have men, we still have men out there today who are willing to give their life. And when I meet one of my young people who is willing to do the same thing, there is nothing I won't do unless it's illegal or immoral to make sure that they have the right training opportunity. And this is an answer to prayer. And I believe, honestly believe with all my heart and soul, that God made this available. And so in honor of Nicholas Spihar, that's what we're going to do, is we're going to name the camp after him. And his family should be flying down on Memorial Day for that ceremony.